I was waiting for the moment to arise, waiting for the moment to arrive. I was waiting for you, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Welcome everyone. Today, we will be sharing how to properly hood your graduate. First, you will need to make sure your hood is not inside out. If the colorful side of your hood is showing, you will need to reverse it so that the colors are not showing. The velvet extension should be on the outside. Next, check to ensure that the seam of the velvet lining is up top and centered with the string coming to a point facing down, and that the curved side of the hood is closest to the ground at the bottom. The tail of the hood should remain at the bottom throughout the hooding process. Now that you are holding the hood properly, it's time to hood your graduate. Carefully grab the center top of the pointed velvet portion of the hood and separate it at the seam. The graduate should slightly kneel so that the person who is hooding the graduate can clear the cap on the graduate's head. Place the middle of the portion over the head of the graduate, ensuring that the APU seal is to the left of the seam. If you are not quite clearing the cap, or if the graduate has glasses, be sure to extend far enough to clear these items. The graduate may then attach the string on the center of the collar of the hood to the inside of the gown. Be sure that the hood is flat across the back of the graduate. Next, attach the string across the button so that the hood stays in place. Now, turn the fabric inside out so that the satin lining of the academic colors are showing. And that is how you properly hood your graduate. Don't forget to congratulate them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Azusa Pacific University's May 2021 virtual commencement ceremony. At this time, we would like to ask you to please rise, if you are able, for the singing of the national anthem. The national anthem will be sung by a faculty-chosen member of APU's College of the Arts.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were are so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Joining us today in our platform party will be President Paul Ferguson, Provost Rukshan Fernando, Dr. Robert Welsh, Dean, School of Behavioral and Applied Sciences, Dr. Anita Fitzgerald Hank, Dean, School of Education, Dr. Robert Duke, Dean, School of Theology and Azusa Pacific Seminary, and our keynote speaker and Azusa Pacific University alumnus, Tiffany Moore.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the May class of 2021 Graduate Virtual Commencement Ceremony here at Azusa Pacific University. At this time, I would like to introduce the 17th president of APU, Dr. Paul Ferguson. Paul Ferguson has led our APU community in the development and launch of Renewal, our exciting 7-year strategic plan to continue to position APU as a premier Christian university for our culture and times.
Thank you so much, Mr. Provost. It is my pleasure to welcome all of our graduates, family, friends, and guests to this unique virtual commencement ceremony. Congratulations to all of you for your shared achievement in the midst of this unprecedented and challenging year related to the COVID-19 pandemic. This ceremony is one of 2 graduation ceremonies that we will hold this May. This afternoon, we celebrate over 1,000 individuals who will receive their master's and doctoral degrees. This morning, bachelor's degrees were awarded to more than 1,000 scholars who have completed their undergraduate studies at APU or one of our regional centers, attaining a significant milestone in their academic journey. All combined, we welcome more than 2,000 graduates into our alumni who will be difference makers for the kingdom in their neighborhoods and workplaces in the United States and around the world. Along with my greetings to this amazing class of May 2021, I extend a very special welcome to each of you who have played such a key role in the lives of these graduates. Thank you for being here to celebrate with us today. There are numerous shared experiences among today's graduates. Many of you have held part-time or full-time jobs while pursuing a degree. Some are first in your families to graduate from college. Some are veterans, active duty military, and commissioned ROTC students. These represent just a few of the many student experiences at APU. Together, they represent the mosaic and purpose of our university, to be a community of scholars and leaders. At this time, would you please join me in welcoming Dr. Robert Welsh, Dean of the School of Behavioral and Applied Sciences, who will offer the prayer of invocation. Dr. Welsh?
Will you please pray with me? God, we stop to recognize the significance of this moment and the role that you have played in bringing all of these students and their loved ones to this place. This year has been filled with highs and lows, and we are grateful to be able to celebrate one of the most joyous occasions these students will experience. May you richly bless the fruits of their education and the many people they will serve in their lifetime. May all who witness this event be inspired by the hard work, perseverance, and hope these graduates represent. Amen.
Thank you so much, Dr. Welsh, for your prayer and encouragement and for your service to our university. At this time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Tiffany Moore. While an undergraduate student at APU majoring in liberal studies with a minor in history, Tiffany Moore served as Associated Student Body President and fully engaged in campus life activities before graduating in 2006. In 2012, believing that every student deserves a high-quality college preparatory education, Tiffany stepped up to lead KIPP Scholar Academy, a tuition-free public charter middle school. Today, that effort entails creating a rigorous and culturally relevant instructional program that has established KIPP Scholar Academy as a top 2020 middle school in Los Angeles County. This school serves low-income students with 62% of founding KIPP scholars matriculating to college. Fantastic. Her daily work on this thriving campus embodies the four cornerstones of her alma mater: Christ, scholarship, community, and service, and made her the ideal recipient of Azusa Pacific University's 2017 Distinguished Alumni of the Year. Tiffany and her selfless work represent the many APU alumni from all disciplines who passionately pursue innovative ways to solve societal problems, plant the seeds of hope wherever they go, and become salt and light to a hurting world. Please welcome Tiffany Moore.
Ella Baker, a great civil rights and human rights activist, once said, "Give light and people will find the way." This important day has arrived for our families, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2021. My name is Tiffany Moore, and I am a 2006 APU alumna. I am also the proud founding school leader of KIPP Scholar Academy, a free public charter school in South Los Angeles, currently serving over 400 talented and innovative 5th through 8th graders. It's truly an honor to be selected to provide the commencement speech for such an esteemed event and for such an amazing group of people. I want to take this moment to honor God, our Creator, because in Him all things are possible. I know this to be true. It's important to me that we acknowledge the Tongva people, as this land in Azusa, where I stand, was theirs first. My ancestors sacrificed so much that I could be here today, and I deeply thank them as well. And to my late father, Arthur Bell Porter, I love you. And to my mama, Dorothy Marie Porter, I love you, and happy early Mother's Day. Today marks the 15th year anniversary of one of the most important and celebratory days of my life, the day I graduated from APU. I have since earned 2 master's degrees, and the happiness I felt at both of those ceremonies combined pale in comparison to what I felt on this day 15 years ago, dressed in my cap and gown. I was overjoyed, trying my best to memorialize every moment and just soak in my accomplishments. I must admit, while filled with excitement, I was terrified of what the future had in store. But had I internalized the words of Ella Baker, "Give light and people will find the way," I would have known that all was well. You see, APU gave me light. Professors, peers, and faculty made my time here a holistic experience of learning and growing. In the time that I have with you, I hope to leave you inspired and prepared for your journey ahead. Inspired because while today marks the end of an important academic milestone, it's just the beginning of what I hope will be a lifelong pursuit of learning, leadership, and service to others. I also want you to feel prepared, at least mentally, to make an impact in your community and our world. It's critical now more than ever that you take what you have acquired here at APU and leverage it to make a positive difference in the lives of God's people. Whether this marks the culmination of your bachelor's degree, master's degree, or doctorate, I offer you my deepest congratulations for what this incredible educational milestone represents. Using resilience, you reached your goals, in the midst of a global pandemic, no less. And as an APU alumna and fellow Cougar, I am so proud of you. I'm going to discuss the interconnectedness of privilege and purpose with you today. I deeply believe that the privilege we have as college degree holding individuals comes with a responsibility to regard, advocate for, and center the lives of people who are systemically underrepresented. And when I say privilege, I'm referring to the benefits or value add a college education affords you, especially a world-class education from Azusa Pacific University, where you are not only exposed to academic excellence, but have access to mentors, sacred spaces, and the shared truism that we are collectively a part of something much bigger than us. And that's exactly what I experienced during my time here. So let's rewind back in time to 2002, because that was my year. I had just graduated from high school, and after 4 painstakingly impatient years of waiting, I was able to attend Azusa Pacific University. In fact, it was actually the only college I applied to. That's how badly I wanted to be a part of this community. I remember making a right turn into the APU Parkway, driving my red Honda Accord with the spoiler on the back. You couldn't tell me anything. College, I was finally here. And just like that, moments after exiting my car and stepping foot on campus, I was bewildered and quickly found myself feeling alone. Sound familiar to anyone? Standing on a crowded campus, looking in each direction, I saw no one who looked like me, and I was afraid that I would not be able to relate or connect with anyone authentically. As I walked past each table on the brightly posterized Cougar Walk, I felt myself compartment by compartment shutting down, closing off this environment, feeling as if I made a huge mistake by attending this school. You may not be a Black woman, but I know that you can relate to feeling alone or out of place. I know the story isn't unique to me. As I sank deeper in confusion, I was fortunate to meet someone from the Multi-Ethnic Programs Office, now known as the Student Center for Reconciliation and Diversity. They were the first people to give me light. Back then, the MEP office wasn't on Cougar Walk. We had to trek what felt like a considerable distance to a modular room that seemed no bigger than a sizable closet. But it was my closet. It was safe, and it felt like home. It was there that I was first surrounded by a community of leaders and peers who supported and challenged me as I deepened my understanding of my identity and purpose. I spent the vast majority of my time in the Multi-Ethnic Programs Office. That office was a home place for myself and so many other students. A home place is a space where you are accepted for who you are, where your thinking is nourished, and where you are uplifted. It's ultimately a place where you are given permission to thrive, not only as a student, but as a person. It was there that I engaged in authentic and growth-based conversations that cemented my commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. These people made an invaluable impact, so palpable that when I founded KIPP Scholar Academy in 2012, it was paramount that a devotion to anti-racism and dismantling systems of oppression for people and communities of color had to be woven into the fabric of our vision. My foundation at APU, rooted in 2 of our cornerstones, service and community, made that possible. I'm proud to share that because of the groundwork laid here at APU, KIPP Scholar Academy is now one of the top middle schools in Los Angeles serving low-income students and is a mecca for middle school music. APU gave me the light that helped me find my way. So now that you know a little about me and how the relationships and community built here help shape my identity as a leader, I now want to ask you about your alignment to our cornerstones. Christ. How can a person claim to be a follower of Christ and ignore the systemic oppression experienced by my people? Scholarship. How can a person deny the blatant data and research that demonstrates that there is an evident need in my community for strong teachers and leaders? Community. In what ways can a person replicate the strong APU sense of community in their own spheres of influence? And finally, service. How can a person ensure they are actually responding to the needs of our most vulnerable communities, not showing up as a savior, but as a partner in their efforts to achieve sustainability, equity, and liberation? When we graduate, it's natural to think that the honor of having a degree positively impacts us only, that it only adds value to our lives. But I want to push your thinking on this. This degree isn't all about you. The degree you will receive in minutes represents hope for people who don't currently see the light that Ella Baker speaks of at the end of the tunnel. The degree you will earn is for people who need you to give a light so they can find their way. For some of you, in moments, you will become a first-generation college graduate. Being the first to accomplish such an honor is never easy. But know that you are blazing a trail for those who come after you, and you are certainly filling up with pride those who came before you. Congratulations. I imagine that for many, if not most of our graduates, you are building upon some tradition of collegiate achievement. What a gift. Whatever your story, you are here. You persisted, and we recognize and celebrate your brilliance, hope, and tenacity. Whatever your story, we now share a layer of privilege that will afford you access or a seat at tables you otherwise would not have been invited to, a measure of financial freedom that most people in America do not have, and a network of Christ-following APU alumni you can tap into when you need a lifeline. I implore you to use that power for good. There are APU alumni all over waiting for you, in fact, expecting your hand in partnership in service to others. You are about to cross an important line, whether you are ready or not. And there are people who need counselors, nurses, teachers, business leaders, politicians, political activists, financial managers, scientists, and more trained and developed at APU. Give the light you received at APU and know that people will find a way. 1 Corinthians 3:6 says, I have planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. The seeds were planted and watered, and I am living proof that God will give the increase when you take the benefits you have earned from APU and combine them with God's purpose and plan for your life. We have benefited from an education at APU. It's what you do with the privilege, capital, and access you now have that matters the most. How will you take what you have learned here to improve the lives of others? In what ways will you address and take action on the inequities plaguing our cities, state, and country? Use what you received here to make a difference out there. I'm counting on you. As I conclude, I want to name that your commitment to scholarship and completion of a degree during a pandemic is truly extraordinary. You unfortunately had to miss out on many of the activities, events, and endearing day-to-day interactions that contribute to college being a special experience. And that's precisely what makes each of you special. No statistical analysis is needed to prove that you are one of, if not the strongest class ever to graduate from this university. Surviving is more than enough during a pandemic, but you did more than survive. You achieved, and you clearly have so much light to give. You will be successful because you are successful. You can't treat this graduation like any other graduation. In normal times, it's quite an achievement. But in these times, what you have accomplished is a great triumph. The light is in your hands, the need is in our world, and the path is right before you. Thank you.
Thank you for your words today, Tiffany. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Anita Hank, and I am the Dean of the School of Education. The hooding ceremony is a special recognition ceremony for master's or doctoral degree candidates. Today, we will perform a community hooding in which all graduates who are receiving their master's and doctoral degrees will simultaneously hood themselves, or a representative will do so. The wearing of academic regalia first began during medieval times in Europe and then found its way to America during the colonial period. Although the cap, gown, and hoods were first worn by clergy, this tradition of dress was adopted by the world of academia. It was not until the late 19th century that America standardized the use of particular colors to represent different disciplines. There are many different colors, 25 actually, that are used on the hoods, which represent 25 different disciplines. When you look at your hood, note that it represents your specific discipline. For example, apricot for nursing, golden yellow for the sciences, and light blue for education, and so on. At this time, will you please stand and ready yourself to be hooded? Okay, is everyone ready? Here we go. Please take your hood and have your family member friend or even yourself place it over your head. The hooding of this master's or doctoral candidate signifies their extraordinary accomplishment of completing their graduate program. Congratulations. You may be seated.
I will now present the degrees for agreement and conferment, starting with the doctoral degrees. We are pleased to have graduates for the doctoral degrees from the schools of Azusa Pacific Seminary, Behavioral and Applied Sciences, Nursing and Education. Will the candidates for the doctoral degrees please stand? Faculty of Azusa Pacific University, do you hereby agree to the conferment of these degrees?
We agree.
Dr. Ferguson, upon the completion of the required course of study, by the recommendation and agreement of the faculty, and with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Azusa Pacific University, I am pleased to present these doctoral candidates to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fernando, and our esteemed faculty. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of California and by the Board of Trustees of Azusa Pacific University, and on recommendation of the faculty of Azusa Pacific University, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Ministry, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Psychology, according to your particular area of study. I grant to you all rights, honors, privileges, and obligations pertaining to this degree. Congratulations.
Amanda Aguilar, Doctor of Psychology and Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, the impact and treatment of post-deployment mental health problems in military personnel and their families. Janelle Albury, Doctor of Nursing Practice, a literacy-sensitive educational intervention to improve the management of type 2 diabetes. Maricela Alvarado, Doctor of Education and Higher Education Leadership, becoming a student-ready practitioner, serving first-generation college students through equity-minded practices. Austin Thomas Andrade, Doctor of Education and Educational Leadership, Parenting on Purpose, Strategies to Support the Social Emotional Competency of Adolescents in Secondary School. Anna H. Arya, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, helping youth achieve better outcomes upon aging out of foster care. Turan Asar, Doctor of Nursing Practice, using low literacy diabetes education to improve diabetes self-efficacy, a quality improvement study. Deborah Gail P. Barroso, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, examining the understanding and practices of self-care among Philippine mental health workers. Robert Joseph Bethke, Doctor of Philosophy in Higher Education, a structural model of global citizenship, the role of campus ecology. Jenna Ann Chiang, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, time-limited dynamic psychotherapy in university counseling centers, perspectives and experiences from clinicians. Chris T. Cho, Doctor of Ministry, an examination of greed, envy, pride, and sloth in relation to emerging challenges facing the Korean church today and seeking path toward transformation. Claire Lara Kukuru, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, adolescent substance abuse, highlighting risk factors within the family system. Marie Christy Dam, Doctor of Philosophy in Higher Education, Vietnamese American women in STEM, negotiating the tension of gender, ethnicity, and generational identity in pharmaceutical sciences. Latika J. Davis, Doctor of Education in Higher Education Leadership, building agency, an assets-based approach to cultivating solidarity with Black students with disabilities. Seiji D. De Guzman, Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing, Socio-Demographic Factors, Sexual Attitudes, Self-Efficacy, and Satisfaction on Sexual Health-Seeking Behaviors Among Filipino Men. Joanna Irene Diaz, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, Examining the Spirituality of Emerging Adults, a Critical Literature Review. Emma Elizabeth Doney, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, the current state of literature on animal-assisted interventions with dogs. Gada Blount Dunbar, Doctor of Philosophy, the effects of exercise on physiologic and psychologic outcomes in hemodialysis patients with end-stage renal disease Lebanon, a quasi-experiment. Cecilia Escobedo, Doctor of Nursing Practice, the prevention of foot amputations in diabetic Mexican Americans. Rachel Leanne Fager, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, learning how to navigate tuberous sclerosis complex. Evangeline Fangonil Gugalang, Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing, effects of self-efficacy and faculty support on students' readiness for practice. Robert Luis Flores, Doctor of Education in Higher Education Leadership, career development through an identity-conscious lens, a framework to engage first-generation and underrepresented students. Marissa Ravel Flores, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, impact of ambiguous loss on couples with a partner affected by a traumatic brain injury. Eduardo B. Garcia Jr., Doctor of Nursing Practice, assessment of adherence to the American Cancer Society guidelines for fruit and vegetable intake among cancer survivors. Judith Ann Marie Gollette, Doctor of Education in Higher Education Leadership, authenticating a pathway to inclusive education for marginalized students with disabilities via a district-wide action research study. Whittington C. Goodwin, Doctor of Philosophy in Higher Education, predictors of thriving in Black and Latino men at Christian colleges and universities. Melissa Beth Gulick, Doctor of Philosophy in Higher Education, the role of college experiences in students' spiritual development, an examination of racial differences. Mary Ann Hakime, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, exploring the impact of social networking sites on romantic relationships for individuals in a university setting, clinical implications for counselors. Kathleen Diane Hawkins, Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing, cardiovascular disease risk factors, physical activity, and high-density lipoprotein in Ecuadorian women. Rachel Mariah Heiser, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, an analysis of adolescent alcohol use treatment and necessary improvements for future programs. Brooke Taylor Hurd, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, the impacts of a gratitude-based intervention on cognitive flexibility through changes in positive effect. Catherine McCoy Hill, Doctor of Nursing Practice, medication reconciliation in a GI hepatology practice, a quality improvement project. Adrienne Nicole Hilliard, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, a workshop introducing at-risk youth workers and caregivers to mindfulness practices to decrease negative effect and increase self-regulation. Dana M. Holt, Doctor of Nursing Practice, utilization of a vascular access specialty service, impact on hospitalized pediatric patients. Rachel Danielle Hughes, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, practical applications in cross-cultural, trauma-informed care for the sex-trafficked in Mumbai, India. Minho Ha, Doctor of Ministry, Intercessory Prayer for Korean Immigrant Churches. Sungmun Hwang, Doctor of Ministry, examining discipleship in Korean American churches as a pathway toward church renewal. Won-Jin Hwang, Doctor of Ministry, Abraham's Spiritual Formation Journey, a study of Genesis 12:1 through 25:11. Anne Marie Ireland, Doctor of Nursing Practice, feasibility of implementing Promise 29 into the routine care of patients with cancer receiving chemotherapy. Gabrielle Chasen Johnson, Doctor of Nursing Practice, fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, healthcare policy, and homelessness, an analysis and case study for preventative health services. Suzanne N. Kay, Doctor of Nursing Practice, implementing team strategies and tools to enhance performance and patient safety as a virtual educational intervention for entry-level master nursing students to improve knowledge and perception toward teamwork skills and recognition of the presence of quality team skills. Vaskin Asador Kadarian, Doctor of Education and Higher Education Leadership, how to increase LP Leung's School of Accounting enrollment, a critical action research study on increasing enrollment. Crystal Lynn Keach, Doctor of Philosophy and Higher Education, the role of satisfaction with academic advising in college student thriving. Lori Price Lang, Doctor of Philosophy, self-care management in homeless adults with hypertension. Wendy Higa Lee, Doctor of Education and Higher Education Leadership, creative identity development in the design classroom, a 3-cycle action research study with whole creative people. Annette Wing Yu Lee, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, mentor characteristics as contributors to qualify mentoring relationships for foster youth, a qualitative study. Samuel Sun Lee, Doctor of Ministry, Christian Education for People with Disability in the Korean American Church. Katrina Awin Leong, Doctor of Nursing Practice, application of an evidence-based program and process for asthma management in a pediatric clinic. Jung-Woo Lee, Doctor of Philosophy and Higher Education, effects of spirituality and religiosity on college outcomes. Terry Lowe, Doctor of Nursing Practice, mentorship program to improve nursing knowledge on prevention of hospital-acquired pressure injuries. Tamara Nicole Long, Doctor of Education and Higher Education Leadership, validating Latinx college students, the importance of spirituality. Lori Love Bibero, Doctor of Nursing Practice, a QI project to improve awareness, knowledge, and screening practices for adolescent NAFLD among pediatric primary care providers. Carissa W.Y. Liu, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, Chinese religious beliefs and its influences on mental health perceptions in Chinese culture. John Paul Doni Ma Song Song, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Mobile Learning, Applications in the Digital Age of Nursing. Julianne Marie Monday, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, the impact of family dynamics on trauma-informed Philippine psychotherapy. Andrea Shaw Gori Munoz, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, a study of resource loss and resource gain in U.S. veterans. Cassandra A. Monroe, Doctor of Philosophy, validity and reliability evidence of the Monroe Pressure Injury Risk Assessment Scale for perioperative patients. Winnie Yin Kai-ng, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, a culturally sensitive assessment and treatment for addressing women with perinatal loss. Trista Lynn O'Connell, Doctor of Education and Higher Education Leadership, creating transformational opportunities for college student supplemental instruction leaders to thrive during COVID, an action research study. Rebecca Marie Osuna, Doctor of Nursing Practice, improving teamwork perception and communication among LVN BSN nursing students at Azusa Pacific University using team steps. Suzanne Prefontaine Phillips, Doctor of Education and Higher Education Leadership, Incarceration, Education, Transformation, the importance of higher education and re-entry inside the prison walls. Shada Rezadeh Thomason, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, discovering God, self, and others through spiritual journeying, an exploration of the life of Teresa of Avila revealed through Interior Castle. Beatriz Navarez Rodriguez, Doctor of Education and Higher Education Leadership, Liderando con Sentimiento y Reflexión, a cultural conversation in Latina leadership. Jaime Javier Sanchez, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, a critical review of religious and spiritual coping strategies in the treatment of moral injuries among U.S. veterans. Alexandria Sinkarik, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, the applicability and effectiveness of a systems approach in treating severe and persistent mental illness. Nadia Q. Simone, Doctor of Education and Higher Education Leadership, creating an online platform to increase access of Peruvian students to U.S. study abroad opportunities, an action research study. Dixie Marie Stiles, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Geriatric Fall Risk Screening in the Emergency Department, a Quality Improvement Project. Jessica Renee Stone, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, examining the efficacy of parent-child interaction therapy on insecurely attached infants with depressed mothers. Blaison Filet Tayon, Doctor of Education in Higher Education Leadership, reintegrating veterans and military-connected students through intrusive advising. Jessica Lee Chindabet, Doctor of Philosophy in Higher Education, Women's Roles in Women's Career Advancement, a phenomenological study. Amanda Alexandra Tom, Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Family Psychology, examining the barriers to seeking counseling and mental health services on college campuses in the Asian American student population. Carla Elizabeth Jean Polk Torrance, Doctor of Education in Higher Education Leadership, older staff workers thriving in the university environment, an action research study. Greg Paul Veltman, Doctor of Philosophy in Higher Education, making a statement, a critical discourse analysis of university responses to the death of another Black man. Cindy Michelle Walker, Doctor of Education and Higher Education Leadership, leadership that transforms, developing equity-minded faculty leaders in a Hispanic-serving community college. Christy Ward, Doctor of Philosophy, impact of alteplase administration times on functional outcome recovery in acute ischemic stroke patients. Christine J. Watson, Doctor of Philosophy in Higher Education, perceived academic control and writer identity, and experimental study of attributional retraining. Stephanie A. Wright Golightly, Doctor of Education in Higher Education Leadership, Black Women Scientists Matter, broadening the pathway by removing barriers and increasing allyship. Mulaku Yigezu, Doctor of Ministry, Ethiopian Sacred Music, the life and accomplishment of Saint Yared.
We are pleased to have graduates for the master's degree and postmaster's degree from the schools and colleges of Arts, Azusa Pacific Seminary, Behavior and Applied Sciences, Business and Management, Education, Liberal Arts and Sciences, Nursing, and University Libraries. It is now my pleasure to introduce the candidates for the master's degree and postmaster's degree. Will the candidates for the master's degree and postmaster's degree please stand? Faculty of Azusa Pacific University, do you hereby agree to the conferment of these degrees?
We agree.
Dr. Ferguson, upon completion of the required course of study and by the recommendation of the faculty and with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Azusa Pacific University, I am pleased to present these candidates to you.
Again, thank you, Mr. Provost, and our phenomenal APU faculty. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of California and by the Board of Trustees of Azusa Pacific University, and on recommendation of the faculty of Azusa Pacific University, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Education Specialist, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Management, Master of Divinity, Master of Music, Master of Music Education, Master of Professional Accountancy, Master of Public Health, Master of Science, Master of Science in Nursing, Master of Social Work. According to your particular area of study, I grant to you all rights, honors, privileges, and obligations pertaining to this degree. Congratulations.
Valeska Acevedo. Italy Andrade. Janie Lynn Angulo. Jocelyn N. Aquino. Zania Calvin. Joanna Chan. Ciara Janelle Chaparro. Lizeth A. Cisneros. Kelly Jean Kellard. Eileen Cuevas. Angelica Elizabeth Espinoza. Amanda Christina Estrada. Kelly Vanessa Fajardo. Bozenka Daniela Frank. Julissa Esmeralda Gallegos. Ariel Garcia. Luz Garcia. Gemma Anguiano. Teresa Hart. Aisha Sayeda Husseini. Amanda Koshley. Tabitha Janae Leonard. Janelli Mendoza. Jody Christina Nalavansky. Marilyn Annette Ornelas. Alexa Ray Phillips. Metzli Daniela Ramirez. Kenneth Ridgway. Francesca K. Rubino. Christina Schaefer. Elizabeth Ann Sharp. Valerie Van Buskirk. Joseph Manuel Zapata.
Hilda V. Aboidia. Jasmine Aceves. Haley Anna Adaudo. Adarunke Aragoke. Amos Adedeji Adaleke. Grachel May Ejanda Avincula. Cassandra Angelica Aguirre. Lila Angel Aguirre. Rafael A. Aguirre. Sarah Ahi. Anuoluwapu Grace Ajayi. Miriam Chilgavorgian Ajmal, Amy Alameda, Kimberly Desiree Aleman, Yesenia Aleman, Ellie May Alexander, Yasmin Alhaq, Robert Green Almanza, Erica Lynn Amaraz, Jorge Alvarez Nunez, Jacqueline Alvarino, Alma Vanessa Amato, Daniel Anthony Amaral, Lupe M. Amazola, Kaylin Noel Anderson, Jasmine Kathleen Anderson Islas, Lorena Isabel Angel, Sandra Yanira Arevalo, Sarah Annalie Aguirres, Stephanie Marie Armstrong, Tanya Areguin, Ciomary Melissa Ariaza, Diamond Askins, Louis Avila, Vicky Acelia Ventura Avila, Marlene Carranza Ayala, Natalie Azuni, Brittany Ann Baca, Kyle Bachelder, Samantha Joy Banstra, Rosemary Baraja, Jasmine Barajas, Kalia Hannah Bashir, Josue Batres, Beverly Ann Becerra, Alicia Christine Becker, Terrence Vincent Beckvar, Angela Bees O'Neill, Timothy William Bell, Vesta Eugenia Bell, Emily Marie Benham, Edgar Benitez, Paula Benke, Charles H. Bennett III, Randy Bergsma, Richard D. Bernal, Cassandra Burney, Ian Barry, Stephanie Renee Bettis, Rishma V. Bott, Margaret Nora Bird, Heidi Lynn Blevins, Samantha Bakovin, Lauren Nicole Bonaldo, Herman Bonilla Siguenza, Anthony Bonner, Riley Borges, Bavli Botros, Andrea Boyer, Gerald F. Bradley Jr., Juliana Marie Bravo, Nyasha Siobhan Bryce. Sydney Ann Brower. Leslie Aaron Brown. Jose Brown Jr. Gregory A. Brose. Lindsay Brugman.
David Brule. Kevin Cabrera. Beatsarith Reinaga Caldera. Brandy Lorraine Cannon. Valerie Irene Cantu. Alyssa Cowett. Kelly F. Capetillo. Ciara Carames. Christina Alexis Carbajal. Selena Justine Carbajal. Andrea Carbajal Flores. Miriam Joy Cardenas. Laura Carino. Janet Lee Huber Carlin. Patricia Caro. Justin O. Carrion. Francisco Carrillo. Janet Carrillo. Jennifer Carrillo. Laura Carrillo. Lauren Ashley Carrillo. Courtney Carter. Kennedy Janeu Castain Dubois. Vanessa Castillo. Bishan Ravan Castan. Estefania Castro. Jessica Alejandra Cerda. Yu Nien Cheng. Shayna Christine Chavez. Stephen Chavez. Connie Chen. Jiang Yu Chen. Dana Cherney. Christopher Miguel Chiquillo. Susan Yoon Cho. Hannah Chong. Leanne Clementi. Elora D. Clothier. Allison M. Cloherty. Emily Coleman. Juliana Laris Colasso. Alexandra Ann Collins. Kevin Collins. Esveri Natalie Conchas Garcia. Monica Jacqueline Contreras. Diana Jeanette Cook. Bo Robert Charles Kainoa Kulin. Alondra Corona. Dalia Cortez. Cynthia Cortez. Anna Covarrubias. Thomas Augustus Cox. Leonel Cruz. Ivy Charisse Cruz. Marlene Andrea Cuevas. Samantha Kuramang, Anna Grace Cutter, McKenna Elizabeth Dahl, Micah Danger Darden, Emily Yvette Dara, Maria Manzo Davis, Morgan Anae Dawson, Desiree N. Dawkins, Victoria Dayrit Liu, Fabiola de la Torre Sanchez, Diana Grace de Leon, Jose Luis de Loera Vayin, Justin de Santiago, Tess Luis de Vries, Maria L. Dean, Olga Judith Deaton, Andrea N. de Benedictis, Amari Del Villar, Sarah Gail C. Delabahan, Danielle Delaney, Eric Delgadillo, Jennifer Scarlett Delgadillo, Jennifer Denny, Charity Dennis, Julio Cesar de Paz, Marine Mary Dermovsessian, Amandeep Dillon,
Kathleen R. Diaz, Maximilian J. Discar, Nancy Doe, Madeline Rose Donfrio, Emily Donahoe, Ednaldo Jose dos Santos Alves, Hannah Doty, Sarah Douglas, Mingyu Du, John Duncan, Nicole Marie Duplissa, Stephanie D. Juanco, Anna Joy Eidman, Trevor W. Elder, Mariana Enriquez, Abigail Escobar, Oscar Escobedo, Janelle Esparza, Lina Fong Espinoza, Cody Esker, Jeanette Elena Estrada, Zachary Estrada, Willie Fair, Anna Maria Falcone, Alyssa Ann Fernandez, Ryan Michael Ferrante, Kaylee Fields, Jennifer Fine, Farah Flive, Princesa Fleming, Clarissa Naomi Flores, Nicholas Floyd, Jimmy Eric Fong Jr., Brianna Foreman Tells. Christopher George Fowkes. Crystal D. Fraley. Shantae Lamont Franklin. Jacqueline Elizabeth Freiberger. Michael Sean Friesen. Richie Abraham Fuentes. Jessica Fuentes Ramirez. Ihab Gabra. Linda Gabriel. Megan Gage. Myra Ruby Gallegos. Vanessa Renee Gallegos. Amber J. Galvan. Dylan Ray Gamboa. Monica Gamez. Bianca M. Garcia. Eric Garcia. Kyla Garcia. Miguel A. Garcia. Victoria Ruby Gardia. Allison Nicole Gardner. Veronica Lozada Garza. Rebecca Gessert. Mohan S. Garamani. Paul Richard Godfrey. Lauren Nicole Goldston. Michaela Gomes. Alyssa Gomez. Javier Gomez. Linda Jamie Gonzalez. Michael Rosendo Gonzalez. Rodolfo Gonzalez. Stephanie Gonzalez. Sarah Suzanne Bustos Good. Samantha L. Goodwin. Bryce J. Allen Gordon. Olivia Gore. Jeffrey Grajeda. Michael A. Greep. Abby Nicole Gregory. Martin Guadardo. Ronald Joel Guerra. Brianna Michelle Guerrero. Edward K. Guerrero III. Jeremy Gwindy.
Christopher Raymond Gutierrez. Monica Vanessa Gutierrez. Kenya Lizeth Gutierrez Avelino. Rachel Elizabeth Hansen Hock. Ariana Habestad. Kenneth Alexander Hahn. Kurt Wilson Hake. Nina Hamuni. Kimberly Harney. Rebecca Hatfield. Catherine Hatzfeld. Latrine Haywood. Catherine Regina Heinlein. Monet M. Hendricks. Marcos A. Henry, Denise Hernandez, Jessica Nicole Hernandez, Josue Hernandez, Lisbeth Hernandez, Sarah E. Hernandez, Jesse Noel Hernandez, Kaylin Kuniko Higa, Catherine Ann Elizabeth Hintz, Cindy Tui Lin Huang, Joni Holder, Melvin Lewis Holland Jr., Stephanie Nicole Horning, Daniel Zacharias Shea, Sean Shea, Maria Christine Bangkok Hudson, Tatiana Eloisa Huezo, Allison Jean Quote, Nguyen Dang Huynh, Siang Sil Huang, Yonggwen Huang, Rosemary D. Ibanez, Kimberly Marisol Ibarra, Natalie Ibrahim, Ashley Lauren Jablonski, Dorsa Jahanbach, Grant James Jape, Stephen N. Jenkins, Barani J. Jesse, Chen Jiang, Annabelle Jimenez, Linda Jacqueline Jimenez, Sol Jin, Emily Johnson, Jeremiah E. Jones, Alexis Yankee, Yasmin Martinez Juarez, Diana Sheila Juarez Zagal, Susanna Jung, Elizabeth Kabahuma, Andrew Ryan Kacherov, Kagan Coxmar, Danielle Viviana Kahololojea, Sherry Rebecca Kalish, Suzanne Mioli Kang, Kiranjit Kaur, Kathy Kelly, Corey John Kephart, Helen A. Kirstein, Dara Victoria Killian, Jonathan Hunchul Kim, Minky Kim, Paul Sung Kim, Sungshim Kim Robinson, Edward Dongjun Kim, Haley Kincaid, James Kirker, Daniel Ko, Shiho Kojima, Kevin Kolbeck, Hara Ku, Madison Kucherer, Victoria Kuhn, Tatiana Koot, Danny Lamb, Jason Lamb, Christina Marie Lambert, Melissa Langervelt, Youngchi Lau, Leonard Larino, Sosi Lachinian,
Carol Jihai Lee, Matthew Jihoon Lee, Serena Chu Lee, William Robert Lee, Amy Christine Lee, Cameron Lebitsky, Richard James Leotard II, Alexandria Nicole Light, Zhen Lin, Timothy Philip Littlefield, Ashley Lomelli, Stephanie Lomelli, Crystal Marie Lopez, Lacey Elizabeth Lopez, Shantae Denise Lopez, Eduardo Lopez Perez, Stephanie Lopez Cortez, Daniel J. Lurigo, Wesley Loza, Christina M. Lucky Kloss, Brianna Marie Luna, Evangeline O. Luriz, Tyler Plenert McDonald, Irene Lisette Macias, Sarah Celestina Macias, Janae Larie Mackey, Jocelyn Laura Magdaleno, Aneth Michelle Mahmood, Kimberly Yasmin Mancia, Katie Louise Marbach, Ariel Lauren Marino, Melina Marquez, Heidi Marty, Maybelline Martin, Christina Alejandra Martinez, Marisol Martinez, Rachel L. Martinez, Rio James Martinez, Rudy Martinez, Alyssa Ann Mescal, Juana Mata, Nicole Marie Matei, Johan V. Matthews, Brittany Maturin, Aaron I. Mazik, Carrie Lynn McComas, Caitlin Irene McDermott, Michael James McDonald, Brandon Ephraim McDowell, Mary Arsonia McDowell, Kristen Elizabeth McIntyre. Deanna Rodriguez McTarsney. Jenna Renee Medina. Karina Mejia. Melissa Ann Mejia. Christian Mendoza. Michelle Alyssa Cortez Milan. Kimberly Heather Miller. Jennifer C. Miranda. Elizabeth E. Miranda Torres. Hamidreza Miramati. Morgan Mitchell. Jasmine Molina. Samantha Ray Monteon. Sergio Andres Montes. Randall Marcellus Moore. Ashley Moore. Gabriela Mora Alvarez. Juliet Honey Morales. Leonzo R. Morales. Vanessa Morales. Jose Daniel Morales Montenegro. Iris Janet Moran. Amber Rose Moreland. Brian Todd Morris. Thomas James Morrissey. Stephanie Mosqueda. Jaleesa Angela Moss. Amanda Moxley. Christina Ann Mulder. Yahira Munoz. Nevin Marie Murillo. Jennifer Nieves Patricio Murillo. Alexandria Sarah Murphy. Kyle Joseph Salvador Murray. Colleen Nacy. Carmen Victoria Navarrete Benavides. Christopher A. Navarro. Gary Naylor.
Laura Ann Neal. Caitlin Nguyen. Casey Nam. Michael Albarracin Nicholas. Ashley Livia Nirmalnath. Janika Peace Namako. Jamie Nolta. Martha Nunez. Garrett Nuzo. Caitlin O'Brien. Melissa Jessica Ochoa. Vivian Ochoa. Yvonne Ann Ophil. David W. Ofumbi. Christine Tomaneng Olsen. Michael Olympius. Julian Mark Opena. Elena Liel Origel. Meredith Orozco. Caitlin Nicole Ortega. Leticia Ortiz Gonzalez. Itati Osorio, Eder Osil Palma, Cecilia Jasmine Piscasio, Krissa Gail Pasqua, Danielle Patterson, Hannah Bell Pauling, Kyle Anthony Payne, Manissa June Pedrosa, Stephen Andrew Pedrosa, Antonio Pejic, Maria Elena Peralta, Jesus Alberto Perez, Paula A. Perez, Manuel Anthony Perez Jr., Emily Perez Delgado, Kenneth Pettibone, Track Pham, Michelle D. Phillips, Haley O'Neill Pickett, Victoria Cynthia Pina, Melissa Pinedo, Sydney Cazette Piniello, Stephen Robert Plancy, Jennifer Ann Placer, Chad Ponciano, Malia L. Poole, Justin Poon, Martha Yvette Porras, John Thomas Potter, Madeline Lauren Powasser, Shannon Marie Pizzoli, Andrew Michael Pratt, Hannah Price, Brandon James Prim, Derek Terrell Prince Jr., Catherine Rosalie Proctor, Christina Prisbilla, Jennifer W. Pucci, Jonathan James Pierre Pouquet, Patricia Pungprichawat, Samuel Quintanilla, Stacy Kuski, Courtney Brooke Ramirez, Martika Lynn Ramirez, Norman Ramirez, Jenny Rahman, Brian Angel Ramos, Jonathan Octavio Ramos, Catherine Elaine Ramos, Renelli Ramos, Isabel Liana Randall, Jeanette Rangel, Kendra Amy Rasmussen, Diana Ray, Rayshana Reed, Jennifer Reeder, Lexi Ann Renz, Lisa Monet Renteria, Eduardo Reyes, Guadalupe Reyes, Elsie Janet Reyes. Esther S. Ra. Amanda Rea. Casey Laura Marie Ring. Jacqueline X. Rivas. Gilsey Brianna Rivera. Chanel C. H. Rive. Devon Marquise Roberts. Rhonda Janine Roberts. Blanca Stephanie Rodriguez.
David Jonathan Rodriguez. Fabian Rodriguez. Henry Rodriguez. Christian Montana Rojas. Bianca A. Rojo. Jared Matthew Rosales. Casey Christina Rossi. Luis Enrique Rubio. Kevin Miklos Rubel. Joshua Ruelas. Sarah Allegra Ruiz. Dominique Rubicalba. Alexandra May Sacramento. Judith Lucille Sines. Priya Sayersing. Ryan Pira Sayasambed. Michaela Salakup Norman. Monica J. Salazar. Maria Corazon Abad Saldivar. Ariel Felicita Salas. Annalie Salgado. Dominique Elise Salido. Sabrina Salinas. Gabriela Sanchez. Hector Medrano Sanchez. Laura Andrea Sanchez. Victoria Sanchez. Anna Therese Sando. Jacqueline Viridiana Sanchez Vasquez. Carla Sandoval. Elizabeth Sandoval. Noemi Christina Santa Cruz. Angelica Santa Cruz. Mayra Jeanette Santis. Cody Matthew Schneider. Vanessa M. Sedano. Taylor Grissom Seeger. Noemi Elena Sepulveda. Ava Serrano. Leslie Sevilla. Andrew Shahid. Kilani Viachilau Sherlin. Minky Shi. Laura Victoria Schaff. Molly Christine Schrader Perry. Amanda Rachel Silva. Caitlin Nicole Simaro. Megan Elizabeth Simaro. Mark L. Simmons. Sophie Simok. Shayna Catherine Simona. Joshua Ryan Simpson. Antone David Sims. Alicia Ann Smith. Bailey Jean Smith. Catherine Joyce Smith. Stephanie Solis. Gabriella Solorio. Michelle Soto. Jeffrey Ryan Staggs. Laurel Jean Standish. Chanel Lynette Starks. Mark Allen Stengler Jr. Rebecca Lynn Stout. Francisco Jesus Suarez. Alexandria Swanson. Sydney Olivia Swanson. Alyssa Marie Soutage. Anthony Tamna. Vincent Philip Tan. Sarah Marie Tarble. Curtis A. Tate. Benjamin Sione Taufahema. Andrew Taylor. Elizabeth M. Taylor. Karen D. Taylor. Suzette Jeanette Taylor. Sydney Rose Title. Joshua Thomas. Nancy Thomas. Haley Talita Thomas. Blair Mitchell Thompson. Isaura Tirado. Katie Ruth Titsworth. Grace Tiaruli. Leslie Georgina Torres. Mary K. Tran. Allison Trapp. Timothy Michael Trudeau.
Cade Jeffrey Ukrainets. Lorena Uribe. Araceli Valenzuela. Isidra Valdez. Rachel Marie Valerio. Erica Jade Varela. Eric Enrique Vargas. Gabriela Vargas. Guadalupe Narita Vargas. Stacy Renee Vargas. Darren J. Varrier. Teresa M. Vasquez. A. Danica Velez. Danielle Marie Vendette. Emily Marie Venegas. Ruben Emmanuel Vera. Samantha Atherton Verduzco. Nicole Lynn Verholtz. Verenice Villalobos. Vivian Voom. Thomasina Thais Wallace. Angel N. Walters, Michaela K. Wand, Samantha Su Yoon Wang, Wilson Wang, Yenpo Wang, Catherine J. Ward, William Christopher Watkins, Romeo Watson III, Ted Weinrich, Christopher Patrick Welker, Lauren N. Wells, Teresa Rivera Wenning, Samantha Wallen, Karen Wally, McKenna Colvin Wan, Neville Martinez White, Kendra L. Whitfield, Kathleen Wolgast, Annie Menwai Wang, Miguel Wang Rivera, Damian Anthony Wright Jr., Debbie Wyatt, Gavin James Wyrick, Song Shui, Grant Maseo Yamashita, Jennifer D. Nicole Yancey, Ariko Yasuda, Kimberly Aaron Yee, Clifford Odell Young Jr., Rachel Yu, Christine Alexis Zabalza, Adriana Zamora, Alma Susanna Zarate, Lizette Yvette Zavala.
Congratulations, graduates. My name is Dr. Duke, and I'm the Dean of the School of Theology in Azusa Pacific Seminary. At this time, I would like to send off our graduates and all who have joined us today with a blessing and a word of prayer. Let's pray. Most gracious Lord, we conclude today with an acknowledgement that all blessings come from your hand. Today we have celebrated the blessing of knowledge and the ability to love you with our whole being, including our minds. The students graduating today have and will impact the world with the training they have received. Please guide them in ways to make your kingdom be realized even more through the ways they will use their training obtained at APU. May you bless, keep, and shine upon them as they go forth. We also give thanks for the friends and family members today that have walked with each student during this season of life. They have given these graduates the encouragement to pursue their best. They have given a shoulder on which to cry during challenging times. May they know how needed they have been in order to make today possible. Gracious Lord, as we say goodbye to our graduates, we welcome them into our community of alumni who are demonstrating your love to the world by using their knowledge to help their neighbors. Thank you again for all the blessings that today represents. May you continue to lead all of us in ways that bring hope and peace to all. Amen.
Thank you so much, Dean Duke, for that prayer of encouragement and your wonderful service to our campus. As we close our ceremony today, I want to leave you with a final word of encouragement. Today, you join over 57,000 alumni of this leading Christian university that is committed to engaging our world with virtue and demonstrating the love of Christ. Just this year, your alma mater was ranked in the top 25 universities in the nation in a survey completed only by alumni. Ranked with Harvard, Yale, MIT, Duke, and one other Midwestern Christian university, APU has been nationally recognized as a very special academic institution that prepares its graduates for personal and professional success. I encourage each of you to embrace that commitment and mission seriously and enthusiastically. Do well. Honor God in your lives at home and in the workplace. Be as proud of your alma mater as we are of you today. Congratulations to the May class of 2021.
Congratulations to our APU grads. We know you'll go out and be difference makers.
We wish you every blessing, every bit of success as you launch into this world to make a difference.
Strive to be your best and shine bright in the world.
It has been a privilege and a blessing to serve you, and now we are looking forward to all that you will do to serve others out in the world. Congratulations on your accomplishment.
I'm so proud of you. I know it was hard work that you invested in all of this education, and so now it's important for you to make a difference. Where much is given, much is required.
I wish you all the best on your journey. Well done. May God bless you, and go and be difference makers.
Your hard work has paid off. I am sure your family is very, very proud of your accomplishments, and so are we, your faculty and staff.
Keep in touch with us and with one another. God bless you.
Big shout out to the graduating class of 2021. We are so thrilled and proud of you.
Remember to keep God first and go forth and be difference makers.
I pray God's blessing upon you as you live out your calling in this world.
In a year of fear and uncertainty, you were brave and determined. Raise your head high to see who needs you.
You've impacted our lives, you've impacted the lives of your fellow students.
And now your life will begin with a whole new purpose, representing the alumni from APU.
Honor God, expand God's kingdom, and be salt and light.
Now go out there and be God-honoring difference makers! Yeah!
Yeah!